In this video, you are going to learn how to create your very own stop motion animation on a budget. As long as you have a few key pieces of affordable equipment and a creative mind, there is nothing stopping you. Hiya, I'm Jess here at Spiel. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the notifications bell so that you get notified each time we post a new video to help you with your video marketing. To start with, let's answer the number one question. What exactly is stop motion animation? Stop motion animation basically involves taking lots of individual photos and then putting them all together to create the impression of real-time movement. There are four main types of stop motion animation. Firstly, there is claymation. This basically involves creating a stop motion animation using plasticine clay. Famous examples of claymation that you've probably seen are the brilliant Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run movies. Secondly, there is pixelation. Pixelation is basically stop motion where live actors are the main subject of the animation. Thirdly, there is cutout stop motion animation. Cutout stop motion involves using flat characters and backgrounds cut from materials such as paper or other fabrics. Nowadays, cutout style animations are usually produced using software, with scanned images being used instead of physically cut materials. This has made the process of making a cutout animation a lot easier than the traditional method, which involved first creating every image by cutting it by hand. And finally, there is object animation. As the name suggests, this is basically stop motion which involves the use of physical objects as opposed to drawings or cutouts. So, how can you use stop motion animation in your video content? Well, firstly, stop motion can be great for adding special effects to your videos to jazz them up, especially if you want to be more creative with things like your video intros. Secondly, they can be great for creating full explainer videos, which can look really cool and creative, helping your content stand out from the more generic videos out there. So let's now go through the four-step process that you can follow to create your very own stop motion animation. Step 1, map out your concept. First step involved in creating a stop motion animation is to decide on your concept. The great thing about stop motion is that you can literally create it using anything that moves, which gives you ample room for being creative. So once you've decided what will be the subject of your video, the next step is to plan what will happen in your video. Now, you can do this really in any way that works best for you. But in general, if you're creating a more professional stop motion video, which will include a voiceover, you should first write the script and then record the voiceover. After this, you can then consider creating a short storyboard or sketches, which include an outline of what will happen in your video, so that when it comes to shooting, you have a good idea in advance as to exactly what you need to do. On the other hand, if it's more of a straightforward stop motion animation that you'll be producing, or creating storyboards simply isn't your cup of tea, then to help you with your preparation, you can consider doing some practice runs beforehand where you move the objects to the key frames that you will be using in your actual shoot. Step 2, set up your studio. To shoot your stop motion animation once you've decided on your concept, you will need to set up your studio. But don't worry, you don't need a specialist studio with a ton of equipment. You can make one at home or in the office quite easily. So let's go through what this will involve. Firstly, you will need to get yourself a nice stable surface to work on. This is key because even slight movements in your surface can show up in your final video and really affect its quality. Similarly, you also want to have your camera on a stable surface. If you're using an iPhone or iPad, a good quality holder will do. And if you're using a DSLR camera, make sure you use a tripod where the center column and head can be locked into a fixed position. Also, I would suggest that you get an external camera controller, ideally wireless, so that you can shoot your pictures without having to touch your camera, which can also result in unnecessary movements. You can pick up a good external camera remote for less than $20 to $30, which is well worth the investment if you are serious about quality. Secondly, you need to make sure you shoot in a room with good lighting, which doesn't change. In general, it's best to avoid natural lighting whenever possible, as even the slightest shift in natural lighting will be noticeable in your video. And finally, you will need to set up the backdrop for your video. This can literally be anything from wooden surfaces, a particularly decorative wall that you like, or you can use single colour seamless paper, which can be a great option for a simple yet professional look. You can use a few clips, a crossbar, and some light stands to ensure the backdrop stays static and well lit. Step 3, shoot your video. Once you have prepared your studio, the next step will be to shoot your video. When it comes to shooting your video, the main thing you will need to consider is your frame rate, which is basically the number of images which will appear in each second of your animation. As a general rule of thumb, if you are looking to create a high-quality stop-motion video with smooth movement, you should be aiming for somewhere between 12 to 24 frames per second. But if you're limited on time and looking to create a more simple stop-motion, you can consider using 7 to 10 frames per second, but anything less than 7 frames per second won't result in a quality video. Now, let's talk about the camera. You can use a smartphone if you're restricted on budget. On the other hand, if you can get access to a more professional camera, I would recommend a digital single lens reflex DSLR camera. These cameras allow you to see exactly what you're going to capture in real time, which makes them ideal to shoot stop motion videos. Also, make sure you lock all your camera's settings, which includes locking the shutter, aperture, and focus, as this will give more consistency to your images. When shooting your video, there are some great software out there that can really help keep the correct framing, as well as being able to practically edit your footage on the go. If you're a beginner and looking to keep things simple by using your mobile phone, a good free app available on both iOS and Android is Stop Motion Studio. On top of basic editing tools that let you edit pictures on the fly, it also includes some more advanced features which will let you add titles and connect to an external camera controller to take the pictures. On the other hand, if you're using a DSLR camera, you can install a free application on your computer called Q-Stop Motion, which is available on their website to download. It has an easy-to-use system to help create high-quality stop-motion content, so go check it out. If you really want to dive deep into more advanced stop-motion animation softwares, then check out DragonFrame, which is more geared towards professionals. It provides a really extensive range of features, but it does come at a cost of $300 and works best with DSLR cameras. And step 4, edit and add sound effects. With all of your frames captured, the editing process should be quite fast and straightforward. You should put all of your pictures into a single computer folder and open your video editor. Your editing software should provide you with an option that allows you to import all your images into a designated folder as a single time lapse. From there, you should be able to adjust the frames per second and other pacing elements of your animation until you get your desired look. And finally, to complete your video, make sure you add some sound effects. Adding some cool sound effects will really help bring your animation to life and add that golden touch to your production. Just check out this video without sound. And now, with sound. So you get the point. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. You now know how to create your very own stop motion animation on a budget. But before you get going with your production, please remember to subscribe to our channel if you found this video to be useful. And if you have any other further questions regarding creating your stop motion, you can let me know in the comments below and I'll do my very best to help you. And remember, like with learning any new skill, creating a stop motion will require a bit of work and patience, but the rewards will be well worth it. Also, if you need any further help with your video marketing, you can get in touch with us here at Spiel at www.spielcreative.com. As always, thanks for watching.